Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bri. I'm the owner and artist of Upcycled by Bri, and I am so glad you're here. Today I'm going to take you along with me. I've got a ton of running around to do, some errands. On my list of errands was a trip to the thrift store. It had been a while. I was in the mood to shop. I brought y'all along with me. I'll show you my haul and we'll do a few flips together. I already knocked out a few things this morning, and I want to show you the shoes that I ran around in all morning long. Y'all know I love me a good upcycle. Have you heard of upcycling plastic bottles into shoes? I'm working with Vivaia today. They make some beautiful, beautiful shoes. Even the box is made from 100% recyclable material. Vivaia shoes are comfortable, machine washable, which is really convenient, and they are lightweight, so I can run around in them all day. I have an 18% off discount code. I have it here on the screen, and I will put it in the description box below, as well as the link to the website. I'm gonna open these up and show y'all what they look like. How cute. Now, y'all don't judge me. I've got big old feet, okay? I cannot wear the traditional stiletto heel anymore. It's just not my jam. Look how pretty that material is. They are super stretchy, they're machine washable, and they also have an anti-slip rubber bottom. This would make a great pair of shoes for a night out for New Year's Eve, just saying. I had a ton of fun filming this. Thank you, Vivaia, and thank you all for supporting my sponsored content. Organizational items are always hot in the beginning of the year. People are wanting to clear out closets, clean out cabinets, and they need something to store all their junk. So I found a couple of different totes. This one was $3.95, about $2.75 after my discount. It's got some little geese on it. Looks like these were stenciled or hand painted, maybe a transfer. We're gonna milk paint this and make it look authentically old and chippy. I'm using Sweet Pickins milk paint in Pantry Door. I'm putting in a 1/4 cup of water, a 1/4 cup of paint, and stirring it very well. Once it's mixed, it should be a milkshake consistency like so. I removed the sticker off the side, sanded the little stencil down smooth, and wiped everything down with a wet rag. One nice thick coat of Sweet Pickins milk paint is all it took to get full coverage. I painted the entire tote inside and out and let it dry completely. Look at some of that pretty chipping we have already. 220 grit sandpaper to sand it down gave me some nice distressing along the edges. To seal this tote up, I'm using Sweet Pickins oil wax. This is the color dark, which is brown. You apply the oil wax, let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, and then wipe it all back with a rag. It sits down in all those little chips and cracks beautifully, giving this a nice old patina. Oil wax is an oil-based material, which means it is combustible. So when you're done with these rags, you need to make sure that you're disposing of them safely. I bought this tin from the hardware store. Here is a look at the tote all finished up. I have it staged up beautifully with some lavender, ready for spring. I said, but this tree, it was really nice. There's a couple stickers on it. One on the bottom, $18.50. That's not what I paid. $7.99 was the tag. I paid about $5.50 after my discount. It's got a cute little wood base, and then the greenery looks really real. I was almost passed because there wasn't two, but I figured it would be a cute standalone for somebody like me who doesn't have a ton of room. Almost passed on the bundt pan because it's red. I'm moving away from Christmas. Technically it could work for the 4th of July, and technically it's not even Christmas yet. So I figured I'd go ahead and snag it because it was only $1.50, which after my discount made it like $1. I sell these for $9.95 to $12.95, depending on how cool they are. This one will be $9.95 on my site. And it does have nice little pieces of paint missing, little chippy goodness here and there. I have come to the complete realization that I have a problem with floral. Downsizing my booths, and as I'm condensing totes, I have so much floral, but I just love floral. I found this cute little floral ring, lavender and carnations. It was $1.05 after my discount, already connected to some plastic. Intended like to, you know, sit around the base of a candle. They're really pretty on the top of a candlestick. Actually, hold please. They add even more height, some dramatic, beautiful, shabby chicness. Woohoo, like how pretty, how stinking pretty. Now I don't want to sell it, any of it. These candlesticks are for sale on my site. I'll pop a little picture of them in right here, and this will also be for sale on my site. $6.95 over on my site. Oh, another thing it's good for. Okay, don't laugh at this little wonky. Too small. Super easy O's on these home signs. Ta-da! There was a very nice little lady who was kind of shopping along with me. Kind of everywhere where I was, really watching what I was looking for, really eyeballing my cart. But I swear she was eyeballing these kind of like, I was trying to like look at things out of my peripheral. Because she was watching me. But like, as I was starting to head a direction, she would start to head that direction. So finally I just like started pushing really fast. I didn't push her out of the way or anything. Little plant carts, whatever. There's a set of them, $4.95 each. Made them $3.50 a piece or so after my discount. So I paid around $7 for the set. They're gorgeous. I really want to keep them, but I don't think I need them. Anywho, I wanted the crate because it's got some cool metal on it. A wooden crate, and it's got a couple of Apple decals on the front, but those will come off super easy, which will leave just this good tarnished patinaed metal. About $2.50 after my discount. I will price this at $14.95 after it's all painted up. I used my wire cutters to get the apples off of the front. I will save those for a later project. They are metal. Now I'm using DIY White Swan, my favorite warm white, and I've got my Klingon R14 brush. Don't forget you can find all of the paint, products, and my thrift flips over on my website, upcycledbybri.com. I will leave a link for you down in the description box below as well. Here's what the tote looks like after one coat. I went ahead and gave it a second light coat just to get good full coverage. I'm using 220 grit sandpaper to distress the edges down, which brought out that beautiful green underneath. Using my JRV grain sack stripe stencil, I'm going to add a grain sack stripe and another stencil to the top of this box. Here I've got DIY Prairie Grey and my 1/2 inch JRV stencil brush. I'm applying just a little bit of paint to the brush and then offloading most of that paint onto a paper towel, leaving a very dry brush. Then going along and stippling through this grain sack stripe stencil, making sure I hold it down in place. Custom blend of DIY Salty Kiss and Little Black Dress makes this beautiful foresty green. I'm using one of the grain sack minis, this Royal River seamless stencil, to go right over the top of the grain sack. bleed through where I got lazy, no worries. I'm using a 220 grit sanding block to distress down the whole image, so it was no big deal. Now I've got my DIY clear wax, and I will go over the entire painted surface and the inside of the wood just to freshen it up. Here's a look at the box all finished up. Taking a thrifted item, a little bit of paint, and time, you can get an amazing outcome. Another bump pan. This one is a nice off-white color, perfect moving into winter and spring. And again, $1.05 on this one. It will be up on my site for $9.95. I pick these up every time I see them. They are great for a lot of different things. Paintbrushes for a display as well. That's one that a lot of people don't think of. Of course, I generally pick them up for rolling pins. This one was $2.95, $3.69, so about $2 after my discount. It's got a couple of little dings in it, so we're gonna get it nice and cleaned up. It was $2 after my discount, and it will be for sale for $19.95 over on my site. Nothing too special about this crate. The thing that got me was the signature on the bottom, signed Mike C. So it was a cute little handmade crate. That made it special to me. It was $1.75 after my discount. Since it was handmade, I don't want to do too much to it, but I am gonna give it a nice little clean up, and we're gonna spiff it up with a little bit of hemp oil and really make that beautiful wood grain pop. We'll bring life back to something that somebody put their hard work and their love into, and it will live on for generations to come. I do like to pick up little things like this. I know you can find things like this at the dollar store. This was $1. I only paid 70 cents after I used my coupon, so not a bad deal. This one has a little bit of natural patina to it, so it's a little bit older. Might have sat outside. But I also love miniature things. I love tiny things, so it got me. And of course, I'll stick a little bit of floral in it. I'll go ahead and list this one up on my site. My booth is pretty full right now, and I want to move into a fun new direction with it. So I'll add a little bit of floral to this, add it on my site for $4.95 with the floral. Again, along the lines of organization, I picked up this really nice wooden file organizer. It was about $5 after my discount. Nice metal apothecary pull tag on it. That we are gonna give this a paint job made in Thailand, but it's not like it's, I think it's wood, but it's not, I don't know. It feels kind of cheapy. We can definitely make this look a lot more high-end. $29.95 on my site, and I can totally picture this with some books in it. Pull this out, you could keep your keys, your wallet, any of that kind of stuff in there, or, you know, paper clips, tacks, all that stuff you just want off of your desk. Here I've got DIY little black dress, and I'm using my Klingon F40 brush, which gets in all these little nooks and crannies perfectly. I give it just one coat of paint. DIY paint is highly pigmented and super thick, so the coverage is amazing. It is also water soluble until it's sealed, so I'm using a wet rag here and going along the edges to do a wet distress. That brings back some of that pretty cherry wood. I'm also leaving the drawer cherry wood color to give some good contrast. Now this chalk-based paint did show some watermarks after I wet distressed, so I'm using DIY black wax with a black old sock to give it a good waxing. That's going to even out all of the paint again and really make it look nice and dark. At it all staged up. Very masculine, very industrial. I love the way it turned out. Leave me a comment below. Which one of my 3 painted projects are your favorite today? Another really pretty handmade wall hanger. This one has some beautiful wood grain on it, so I'm gonna leave that part natural. We might maybe add a little detail here to the front. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe we'll just clean it up and leave it as is. $2, around $2 after my discount. I will have it listed up on my site for $14.95-ish, depending on how much I do to it. You put this by the front door, you can put your mail in it, you can throw your keys inside of it, you can put your cell phone in there. It's got plenty of room and it's deep enough with these slats that it'll hide most of your stuff. And of course, it would be great for decor as well if you just wanted to stick it on the wall with maybe a pretty tall candlestick and some flowy greenery. So possibilities are endless with these adorable little cubbies that you find all the time at the thrift store. This candlestick was only 35 cents. I love this one. It's got some pretty detail on it. And then it has some beautiful patina on the inside of it as well. Only 35 cents, wild, right? So I'm gonna list it for $6.95 over on my site. I saved my 2 favorite things and the 2 most expensive things. Fryer basket. This one did not have a bunch of built up nasty grease on it. Sometimes if they're too gross, I don't get them, even if they're cheap, because it's a lot of work to clean them. 70 cents is what I paid for it. And there's a ton of different things you can do with these. I've done some makeovers with some baskets before, but none that were round like this. Since they've already got the holes in the bottom, I'm thinking let's add some feet to it. Let's make a pretty fun spring display. $0.70 is what I paid. Depending on how much work I put into it, it'll probably be around $12 to $16.95 on my site. Oh, and then if I add floral, maybe up to $18.95. We shall see. A really pretty lantern. I want to keep it, but I don't need it. And since you can peel back the metal tabs in it, and this glass is super thick. So if I'm ever buying lanterns thinking about shipping them, that's a must. The glass must be removable and it needs to be decently thick. I loved it so much was that rust down at the bottom. You know I'm not painting this. This is like a beautiful old rusty Chevy. My favorite teal rust combo. Ugh, I kind of want to keep it. I paid $8, $5.50 after my discount, which is a great price for a lantern this huge, which is why I should sell it. I'm going to go ahead and put it up on my site. It will be $39.95 because it is large and it's going to be a little bit of work to ship. How pretty is this going to be for spring? It would be really pretty with a real plant inside of it as well. Since it's got the openness here in the top, I think that could totally work. I'm about to talk myself out of selling it. $39.95 on my site. Most expensive item today was the coffee grinder. I thought it was old. It's not. But this is in really good shape. I did look them up online. They're around $60. I paid $10 after my discount. I'm going to list it on my site for $32.95. It's a little bit heavier, so shipping will cost. But if you like to grind your own coffee, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous grinder. I'll clean it. I'm not starting again. I'll get it all cleaned up before I ship it out, and it will be ready to grind some delicious coffee. I hope y'all enjoyed today's thrift haul and flips as much as I did. These videos are always a ton of fun. Again, all of the paint products and flips are available over on my site, upcycledbybri.com. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Till next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye, friends. Holy mackerel. A little much. Did I wake you up? Oh, jeez, Mom. Authentic looking. Super. How many times am I gonna say super? Today okay, now I feel kind of bad. I hate sweaters. I feel kind of bad. I swear I didn't know.